So we're pulling up now. This guy's here. It's really good. It's what he tells me, and I trust Nando. And he's been working on a lot of the classic trucks, which is the important thing. So he has the experience, the knowledge, the patience to work on these trucks. Meeting up with Nando.
What's up, man? We're back. Look, we're all dressed up. You see, we clean up nice, man. We're not always wearing hoodies and shit. True. So we're out here. We're doing a little video. I'm getting Eduardo kind of hooked up with one of our mechanics that we use for just our day-to-day suspension work and stuff like that. Exactly. He's here locally. He's a really good mechanic. You know, I've been working with him for about 5 years now and kind of helped him learn how to really work on the suspension on Squarebody. So we're working on that, and it's something real cool. We got one here that we've been working on for a couple of days. We just got it off of transport. It's a real cool build that we're going to be debuting here soon at Trucks and Coffee, and obviously the truck is for sale. But it's real cool, man. I mean, that's just what we're here. You know, I think we forget so much, right, Eduardo, that it's just not about going out and having fun. It's about helping each other, right? That's what really Gas Pedal Projects, Trucks and Coffee, you know, and the whole community that we've put together is about, is really just helping each other, who are our contacts, you know, and kind of doing something on a budget, right, Eduardo? I think that's what we talked about, right?
Absolutely. It's building on a budget, but at the same time getting it right, not having to do it. Yeah, the quality. So knowing the right people to do the kind of work, the experience, the knowledge that it takes for this build, it's a whole process. You gotta take care of them like if they were your own, and ultimately, you know, that's why I decided to come here. This shop is actually less than 10 minutes away from my home, which is crazy.
Nice.
It's just like unbelievable. It's just absolutely perfect. And I drove by here many times, and I wouldn't have never guessed that this would have been the right, you know, the right shop.
So it's a hole in the wall shop, and exactly. The young man is a young gentleman that owns a shop, Diego, and I'll plug him. He's my good friend, and you know, he's just a guy who's willing to learn and likes to work on these trucks, man. He's got a passion for them too. That's his green OBS right there. He's got an OBS as well that he purchased. We got him in a truck game as well now. And so, but yeah, man, we work together on these projects here, you know, in between our time, and you know, just really try to help each other out. A lot of our brothers have used him for different little projects here and there, and have all been really satisfied. And again, it's not only just the price, it's the quality, right? I mean, yeah, you know, I know some of us, we don't mind paying a little bit extra and getting the quality, but everybody's not on that same budget. And I always tell people, right? And so, and we're all in a different process and journey with our truck builds, and so, you know, a little bit at a time. And you know, he's that guy that does a little bit at a time, and kind of it works out. It works out. It's cool.
I'm excited. Let's get started.
I'm excited too. Let's do it. Esta vino como la tuya. Estaba así.
Yeah.
Literally just toda pateada. And so if you look how much snug tighter in it is. Oh, right. These are factory tubs, and yours is hitting here. Exactly. Why? Because it's got the wrong spindle on it. Yeah. And the new spindle, the CPP spindle, sucks them in and just brings them in. These are 22 by 8.5, what you have. So and so he's running a factory spindle. And on this one, we did obviously a new gearbox because his gearbox was leaking. Okay. Diego painted everything, cleaned everything up. Yes. You can see on this side, look at the new control arms, new CPP shocks on it, new ball joints, obviously. But when we bought the truck, we didn't know that it already had a 4-inch drop, which it had drop shackles in the back, and the 2-inch drop shackles and 2-inch drop hangers. And so what we ended up doing, just to not have to C-notch it or anything, we pulled out 2 leaf springs because it had heavy duty leaf springs in it. And so we pulled out 2 leaf springs, and we've done that to other trucks, and it doesn't take away from the rigidity of it, right? You know, because remember, back in the days, they're heavy duty leaf springs. It's got like 8 leaf springs in there, or 6 leaf springs in there. Yeah. So we leave them all with 4 leaf springs. We put in lowering shocks on it, the CPP lowering shocks. That's it. That's your stance. We ended up, so what it's got right now, it's got a 4-inch drop in the front, and it's got a really technically like a 5-inch drop in the back because of the leaf springs. Kind of, it's really a 5-inch, you know. So it gave us that look that we wanted with the 22-inch wheel, 305 35 22 tire. It got plenty of meat back there, and got plenty of space for to travel, and no bottoming out in the C notch. And so if you kind of see it, you know, it's real tight. Look how tight it is. Yeah, it's tight.
If you do that on mine, it'd be like
doom, doom.
Nasty.
Yeah, and so, you know, just getting you the right parts, man. I mean, with your truck, probably the best way would probably do a flip kit. and C-notch it, because you don't have any of those components right there. And so it's easy, it's cheaper to do it like that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a better quality ride for you. And so you're going to have the same stance as well.
Good.
Yeah, you'll have the same stance. And so that's it, man. This truck right now, the only thing we're waiting for is mufflers. You know, we're redoing that because that's not Tommy's style. He likes everything at the back, kind of clean. But this is a real cool truck that he picked up. It's 1978 Cheyenne. It's a bucket seat truck, which is kind of rare. You know this, Eduardo, because you have one of these trucks. You know, it's a bucket seat truck, true 78 Cheyenne. History, it's an original Arizona truck, so that's why it's so dry and no rust on it. But real cool truck. You know, obviously, you know, we're gonna just do some cleanup work to it, and it'll be it. It doesn't need a lot. I think what this one is, we're just probably gonna paint from the trim up, all the way around it, because it's got a lot of sun damage and stuff like that.
It's a beauty.
It's a beauty, bro. Yeah, and those wheels set it off. I mean, it's just like, you know, wheels do everything, right? We talked about that, right? It's like putting lipstick on a pig. So you'll see right here, look, these are all the control arms. The old control arms are right there.
Mine's in worse shape than that.
Oh yeah, you see those are in pretty, they're not in bad shape.
Right,
and then look, the leaf springs we pulled out. That's what's left of it. And then in there, if you kind of kick it a little bit, you see the idle arms. You need all that tie rods. It's under there. Tie rods, ball joints, and all that is what you'll need. And they have them all in O'Reilly.
We're gonna go out for a cruise. Honest.
Oh, it's got road down.
Your ride's totally different than mine, man.
Does it?
Absolutely.
This is so it rode horrible. Just so you know, it rode horrible when we got it, man. It was all bouncing around, and it was just bad, man. And so again, like I tell you, all the new components, all the new parts, man. I mean, it just, you're gonna feel it right now when we kind of get on the road a little bit here, man. It rides so nice, man. But like, you know, no body roll. This was a Squarebody truck. So you see how low it is? And typically when you're driving these trucks, man, and you lower up, when it's a kind of a old parts, man, like right here, you'd be bouncing around already.
Right.
And you see, and it's super smooth, man. I mean, we're riding on a normal city, a normal ugly Houston city street. Right? That's what I always say.
Exactly.
I know what it feels on the highway, but I want to get street driven because I want to see the bottoms out. Right. That's kind of what when you drive them, because we did, you know, it's low in the back, so we want to make sure that it doesn't bottom out. You know, that's like the worst feeling when you're cruising, man, and that truck bottoms out. You're like, oh god. You know, it sounds ugly, feels ugly, man, and so again, man, you want to have something you can jump in, cruise, put your stuff in the back, man, and just enjoy it.
So I'm gonna commit to the next event, bringing out the C10 La Bomba.
Hey, we're gonna work together on it. That's what's more important, right? It's like, it's a team effort sometimes, guys. I mean, you know, if you don't know, you don't know, right? I always tell people, you don't know what you don't know. But you know, Eduardo approached me, asked me for some help, and I said, man, I'm all in, man. Let's help you out, you know. And so
it's not all just talk. Actually, hey, this is the next day, right?
Next day after Trucks and Coffee.
Yeah, so he's like, let's do it, and then we're here the next day after Trucks and Coffee.
On my lunch break.
On his lunch break, taking the time out to just.
Let's get together. Let's go see our guy, and let's try to, you know, help you out, man.
Absolutely.
And that's really what's about, man. It's always been about that, right? It's been about just all of us just kind of helping each other, man. And we got C10 guys are such a great community, man. Everybody knows everybody, and it's cool, man. You know, when I first started, I didn't know anything, man. I knew zero, and if it wasn't for the people around me that helped me, man, you know, I wouldn't have been where I'm at. And so, you know, I appreciate anybody who's ever helped me with anything, with any kind of parts. Any kind of learning anything about a Squarebody, man, I appreciate that. They all know who they are, and but yeah, man, that's what we're here to do, right? Eduardo and I are cruising this truck. We're test driving it. It's just been completed. It's been here. The truck got here last week on to the shop on Wednesday. We got all the parts in, and today is Monday. Again, no work on the weekends, and it's ready for pickup. You know, lunchtime, truck's ready. We're doing the final test cruise on it, and it's ready to start kind of cleaning up. Go to the next phase of cleanup in it, and just cool, man. It is cool. It's a cool little trucks, man, and they're fun. This one's cool because it's a bucket seat truck. If you see it, the difference, right? where, you know, you got kind of that, man, it's just cool. They're real comfortable. If you never had a bucket seat truck, original, obviously, these are original bucket seat. They're real comfortable. They sit kind of low, so you really see the road good, and it's just this real comfortable. Not cheap, right? Like, you guys go out there and look at that. Bucket seats are very expensive for these trucks, and they're super rare. But if you get to enjoy them, I mean, it's cool, man. It's
worth
cool.
Every penny.
But we're family men. We got kids, so our kids, this wouldn't work for us.
Right, yeah.
Because we need our babies with us. We like enjoying our kids, man. And Eduardo, I mean, this is your first time riding it. I mean, again, I'm not trying to sell anything, but how does it feel?
It feels amazing.
It's low too, right?
Yeah, it's low. It's low. And this is actually like the best cruise I had on a classic truck, man. Yeah. I'll tell you.
And Eduardo, we're running 22 by 8.5s in the front, yeah. 22 by 10.5s butt neck wheel around with, again, a 35 tire all the way around, with 35s are a little bit more meatier. Yeah. And, you know, but again, tires can only do so much. Suspension is everything in these trucks, right? And so all new suspension parts, man, you feel the difference, man. Yeah. Big shout out to Outback Truck Parts in Houston, Texas. All the team out there, thank you so much. These guys help us get these trucks back on the road. A lot of the parts that we buy is from Outback. Paul, Andy, Tracy, you guys do an excellent job out there. Thank you so much for continuing to serve us, serve our community here in Houston, for sure. Just want to put that plug out there for those guys. Absolutely. Eduardo and I will stay tuned on this one, because we'll get this one to the finish line to debut it. It'll probably be at Trucks and Coffee, yeah, for a debut. And it'll be real cool, man. It'll have a lot of goodies and stuff. And again, like we said, this one is for sale, so it'll be for sale, available for somebody. You know, if you're watching the channel, you're subscribed and stuff, and you want to keep up with it and want to see, hey, we will have it available. You can reach out to Eduardo or myself, send us a message if you're interested in the truck. Yeah. And we can give you some details on it. But again, it's nowhere near finished right now, so don't do it now. When we debut it, after that, you can send us some messages and stuff like that. Yeah. But we're working on. There's some pretty bad dips here, and this is why I want to come this way. Right. Because you want to feel this. Eduardo drives this street often too. Right there, boom, it would have bottomed out already. You know it. Exactly. So this one will slow down a little bit, but you know, I'm gonna let the truck kind of do its own weight and carry it through there. There you go. Hey, did you hear any bottom out again? No, I didn't. I can't wait for mine to get here in the shop. We get working on it, because the same setup. I got the 22s by 10.5s in the back, and 22s by 8.5 in the front. Yep. But the biggest thing, I don't want to drive it like that, because just the way it's caving in the front. Yeah. And it's time. It's time for me to cruise on it. Yeah. I've been, oh my God, been wanting to cruise my truck for the longest. And I know that in the past, I've done it like where, okay, I'm just going to do it, and something breaks. I always end up in the street somewhere. I make it worse. So this time, you know, being a little bit more patient. You start from somewhere, just start, and then just work little by little as you go. You know, my truck's a budget build. I ain't gonna lie, man, but it's starting to look more like, you know, like you can see all the work, the effort. Yeah. I mean, it takes time and money, but at the same time, man, it's fun. I don't regret anything about it. You know, it's just... You know, and my truck is a budget build. It's still continue being a budget build. I don't send it to a high-end shop and have the whole thing done. I mean, it's, you know, I build it. You know, here's the deal, is I build it for me, right? I always say that about my truck. And so that's what your truck's about. It's where you're at and how you want to build it. And everybody is not in the same place. And so, you know, that's the cool thing about these builds. It doesn't matter where you're at. I mean, you want to enjoy it, man. Yeah. You got to enjoy this. This is what makes it fun, is the getting to meet people, new people, and they're helping you out. And it's all, man, to me, that's the journey. To me is the funnest part about it. Absolutely. Yeah, obviously when you get to enjoy it and sit back and drive it, man, you're like, hell yeah, this is cool. But the process through there, man, you learn so many things and you meet so many great people, and then that's what it's about at the end of the day, you know. Right. And, you know, and that's what we want to do. And Eduardo reached out to me yesterday. We had a long conversation because we were freezing yesterday. Right. You guys don't know this. It was freezing yesterday, and we had a conversation. We had some slow time, and we talked. And he's like, and I said, hey, man, you know, let me help you with this a little bit if you want my help. And he says, yeah, when can we do it tomorrow? You know, that's what it's about, man. If you're going to do something, you're going to commit to helping somebody, you know, stick to your word. I mean, it's hard to find people. And he called me right away. He texted me early this morning. Hey, we still on? I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you there. And here we are. So we'll keep you on the build, right? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, guys, man. Thanks for being with us. Bye.